So we are starting off again Google Drive today, and then we'll be looking at Google Slides. After that we'll be going for some project management tools. So that's the agenda of today's session. Starting off, I'm sharing my screen again. So in order to access your Google Drive in Google Chrome, you have to be logged in with your email ID, and then you have to just go ahead and you will have this 9 dots towards the right. Click on it. Then you can go towards or scroll a bit down, and you will find your drive here. So if you have multiple sites logged in, so you can have something like this, multiple email IDs. So here is a Google Drive. So Google Drive is just like your My Computers in your screens, in your desktop. So you can add files and folders to it, starting by the very basic of it. I can click on New. I can start with folder, show it again. I'll click on New. So on New you have few options. Either you can upload a file, you can upload a folder, you can create new Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slide, Google Form, and more. So you have lot many options to create. So if I click on Google Doc, then there are two options, blank and from template. From template, like yesterday we saw some predefined templates are there. We can directly go and select any one of them and create. So that is one method. All the options, all the tools that, or all the apps that Google is having in the Google Workspace, you will find it over here. So that's it. Now let me create a folder first. So that is the folder here. I can view the folder in two different ways. See, one is in the list view, which will show like this. So let's say, for example, I'm creating one more folder. So it will show up like this, or else in the grid view. So in the grid view, it will be in this manner. Now if I have to create a file inside this, I will double click it to open it. Now I can create more folders into it, upload a file, or directly go ahead and create docs. So let's say I'm creating this doc. So if I close it, you will find it inside this folder, MRIU test doc. ठीक है. So what happens by default if you are logged into your, let's say I am just typing Google Doc. I click on this. I try this. I switch the account to the other one. So what will happen if I create a blank document here? Where is it going and storing itself? So suppose I did this and I closed it. So where is it going and saving itself? See, in my drive, in the root folder, means in the my drive folder, it is directly going and saving anything that you go and do directly. Anything, any app that you go and open up directly. Let's say I'm opening up Google Sheet. So if I'm opening up Google Sheet, I'm checking the account. Say for this account I'm opening up Google Sheet. I create a blank document, blank sheet. Click on close. I will find it here in the root folder. So if I want to create anything inside a folder, I have to double click that folder, and then I can create it here. I can just right click and go to Google Docs or Google Sheets or Google Slides, whatever it is, I can create inside it. Got it? So two ways of creating it. Now apart from that, If this is clear, we'll move to the next part. Now when I was typing this make data driven or Google Sheets, so there were two options, try sheets for work and go to sheet. So what is this try sheets for work? If you are signing up for Google Workspace, previously it was G Suite was changed to Google Workspace. So it's a gamut of all the tools that Google is having, and they charge nominal fees for it. So that is 125 rupees a month. What you can get is 100 participant video meeting, 30 GB of cloud storage, and some not all the features of this integrated into it. In Google Drive, you will find one change. If you are taking up this workspace plan, you will have one fundamental change, that is you will have one more folder here which will be marked as priority. It will be marked as priority, and there you can create different workspaces. So workspaces will have different files and team members, so that you can create. That is one difference you will get if you are buying this business starter or any of these plans. Okay, so that is why it was try sheets for work. So you don't have to press this, you can directly go to sheet. Does it? So anyways, so it wasn't tough. Now next thing is, how do we share a file? We have seen how do we share a file. We can share it directly by clicking on the file itself, or we can have the file opened up and then you can click on share. This also can be done. So if I click on this, it will give me a list of options. So I am the owner, I can type the email ID of the person with whom I want to share it. Let's say I am sharing it with I'm sharing it with myself. Then so here you have to change you can change the preference or rights. So if you want the other person to just be a viewer, he can view the file. You want them to just be a commenter, so they can comment on the file, or you want them to give a editor right. Editor right means they have all the rights. They can delete the document, they can delete content or add content or modify content from the document. So I'm giving them an editor right, and I will click on send. So now once I do this, you will find that in my inbox I have received, this is my Supercars account. So in my inbox I had received this email saying document shared with you. So if I click on this, I have this document over here. So I can click on this and access the document. Let's say I'm not accessing it from there, I can go to my drive, and here you will have, this is my Supercars drive. So here I will have an option of shared with me. I can click on shared with me. Now here you can get that file again. Got it? So that's one thing. Now if I have to remove the rights of sharing rights, so I will just open it again, click on share, I will remove access and then save it. So that is how I can remove access. Next, I can also directly do a sharing from here. I can click on the document, I can click on share here. So that is how I can share this file again. Type on the name, again type a message if you want to, and then you give the rights. So that's one way. The second way, sorry. And the next thing is, if you want to share someone, when you will be doing projects, many a time it will happen that you don't want to take all the documents from your client over a mail. You can give them a drive link, and at their convenience they can upload files to that drive. Just say if they had to share email again and again, like today some documents they are sending, then again after few days they are sending some documents, so it will become confusing for you to keep that at all one place. You will have someone employed for that to keep all documents rightly at one place. The best thing is, suppose this is a client, MRIO is a client, and I want to have all their documents in one place. What I will do, I will simply click on the folder, I will go to share option, then again I will type the name or the email ID. I will type the message if I had to, and I will give the editor right. So once I do this, the same folder option will be shown to the client, and the client can just drag and drop items into that, right? So let us see how that happens. You can just go ahead and let's say you can just drag this and drop it. So they will have their folder opened up and they can just drag and drop it here. So I just dropped it in the root folder. If I had to drop it inside MRIU test folder, so it goes into the MRIU test folder. Alright, so that's the thing of sharing is caring. Got it. So more or less this is how it is. So here what will happen in the Google Drive, you also get an option of calendar, notes and task. Many times you will have different tasks, so you click on it and you can just start adding. So let's start it by adding task. Add a task. Title is to-do list. Details, I can have the details, what time you want to complete the task. Like let's say today set time by 6 p.m. I want to complete the task. This is not a repeat one, sorry, this doesn't repeat, so that is how it is. So if I click on this, the task gets completed. Okay, so this will come like a checkbox, tick mark. If you tick on it, it gets completed. Okay, and then you have notes. So while browsing the internet, you want to place some link or something, you can just go ahead and place the link. And the best part is all these things are easily integrated in your Android phone, so you just have to download these apps and you can access whatever you are doing here. You can access the same thing on your mobile phone as well. So that's the beauty of the Google ecosystem. Anyways, so I'm closing it down. Apart from that, for Google Drive there is one thing which is called as a Google Drive extension. So what that does, I will show you what that does. Let's say I'm opening up a website. So I have opened up this website. Now I want to take a printout of this website. So once I go here, I'll click on print. If any printer is connected, you will have this option here. Like if any printer is connected, you will have the option here. Otherwise it will ask to save as PDF. So when you click on save as PDF, it will ask for the destination. So let's say I had clicked on save as PDF. So I clicked on save. So it will ask me for the destination where I want to save the file. Now let's say I am adding, I will click on this extension. This is the option for extensions. I will click on this, or I can also access it from here. You can click on this and then go to more tools. From more tools you have extensions. From extensions you can go here, open Chrome Web Store. So that is one way of opening the Chrome Web Store, or else you can just type Chrome Web Store and then click on this. Here your email ID will show up, and that is how you can get in the Chrome Web Store. We are looking for extension. So what is this extension? This is Google Drive extension, and this is the first one, drive.google.com. So you can click on it, press on add to Chrome. So it is now added to your Chrome. Now if I click on print now, it will give me an option to save to Google Drive. Got it? So now I can directly save it to my Google Drive. Next thing is, if I had to save this image, so now it shows save to Google Drive, save image to Google Drive. Previously it would not show up, so now it is showing up. that's it. Next thing about drive is Google Drive for desktop. So what happens once you install this Google Drive for desktop, you do not have to come to the browser to access it. All the files and folders will be on your system. So if you click on download drive for desktop, you will have something like this. On Mac you will have something like this, a drive will come up, and then all the files on your drive will show up here. So that's one thing. Now there are two options. While once you download it, it will ask you to select out of two options. One is the stream option, the other one is mirror option. क्या है ये दोनों option? If you choose the stream option, see in Mac how you can get it is you can click here in the drive option from the top bar. There you can click, then go to settings, click on settings and go to preferences. Preferences, go to Google Drive. Now in Google Drive, see there are two options that is showing to me. The first option is stream files. Stream files, what will happen, it is just a what you can say a portal through which that folder was just a portal that opens up the Google Drive inside my system, but it is not consuming any space. You do not have a copy of the entire Google Drive content on your system. But once you choose mirror files, your system will have a downloaded copy of all the files in your drive. So as per your requirement, you can select either stream files or mirror files. Means in stream files, you will not have an actual copy of all the files. You need to be connected to internet to access it. In mirror files, even if you are not connected to internet, you will have all the documents on the hard disk of your systems. That's two things in Google Drive for desktop. Got it, guys? Till now, is it clear? Any doubts? यहाँ तक Google Drive, any doubts? Okay, done. So next we'll move to, hopefully all the drive features we have already completed, nothing much in it. Now we'll move to the next part. Here you can see your storage and all things. Gmail gives basically a 15 GB of free storage, and you can update the storage by purchasing Google One. This is what you can purchase. So if you purchase this Google One upgrade, so you can get 100 GB or 200 GB of storage space at a cost of like 1300 rupees a year to 2100 rupees a year. And then there is a premium option of getting 2 TB storage that will cover up like 650 rupees a month. So that's the benefit of buying Google One. You will get a different badging altogether like this. I can show you. So here you can see around this account you have this ring, the colorful RGB ring, CMYK ring. So that is because of this account is a Google One account. Google. So we'll come back, we'll go to this folder, and now we will create a slide, Google slide. Google slide is an alternative to the PPT part of Microsoft presentations, that one. So it's a alternative to that, but on a cloud based system, like Google Sheet for Excel and Google Doc for Microsoft Word. So like that only. Same almost all the editing features that we did yesterday or read yesterday about how to edit text tools, all those things are almost same. But apart from that, it is basically used for presentation kind of thing. So what we will do, we will just try to see what all things it brings. So then you have two options, like you can start with a blank title which is called as a simple light, this side you will get all the themes. So you can take this simple light theme, or else you can select predefined themes that it has. Let's say I can click on this and it turns to black. So that's it, simple light. These two themes are there. So if you want to close, you can close the theme. If you want to get the theme back again, you can click on theme here. So here you will have the option again. Now many a times it would have happened like once you create a so this is a new slide I had got into. So you can press command M, I guess. Command M is minimizing it. Let's go control M. You get a new slide. This is inside the slide you have multiple pages, so you get a new page, you can say. You can directly go to slide, and also you can create a new slide. It's inside a presentation. So that is it. But what happens sometimes, let's say I want to place a logo. Let's say I want to place this logo here, and I want this logo to be present on all the slides. So what will happen, I will do this thing. I will go ahead and I will do a control C, command C, or control C to copy, and command C or control V to paste. Each time that has to be done, but there is a simple method and we'll learn about it. That is, you can go to slide, go to okay, view, you go to view, where it is gone. They have changed it to theme builder. I guess I had not used for quite some time. But they have changed it. Go to theme builder. So in Microsoft PowerPoint you will find it as slide masters, but in Google Doc, in Google ecosystem, you will find it as theme builder. So what happens, you can see the name of the theme over here, simple light, and this is the theme master or the slide master, and these are the different layouts. So what will happen, let's say I have to change the title layout. I'm just changing few things in the title layout. Let us take this for an example. I want to place a red color of border around it. I want to completely bold the font, give a italic style to it, and I want this to be saved. Now next, for this I want this to be again red in color, the entire cell to be red in color, the text to be underlined. So these are two things that I want a change to be done. And now I want that logo to be here. But you see, once I do this, I will close this part. I'll close this part. And now if I insert or if I add a new slide, if I add a new slide like this, the title slide, you will find that it is coming up like this. So if I click on it again, I will go to slide, I'll go to new, apply layout. So it is coming like this. Now if I want to add one more slide, I will go to slide, apply layout, and I click on this, you will find this. Let's say so you can see that every time you do or change it, you will get a by default option, means by default the same slide will come that you have changed in the masters. Now the best thing about it is, if I had placed an image in the slide master, I cannot do anything to that image in the presentation part. See here in the general view part, I am unable to select this, but whatever change I do to the theme part, let's say I am placing it here, and I go back. So now it has come here, but I cannot change it from here. अब इससे benefit क्या है कि sometimes I want the logo to be placed at one place only, and whenever I add a new slide, it should come up on that same part. I do not have to change or copy paste and then match where exactly it was there in the previous page. So these all things I did not need to do. Now I will remove both of them and show you one more simple method. Suppose this was the master, this was the theme master. Suppose I do something here. Now you see, any changes that is done here gets reflected into all the layout. These are different layout. So any change that you do to the theme master, this part, it gets reflected to all different places. Got it? देखो यहाँ पे मैं इसको चेंज भी नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि I had changed it in the theme masters. Now if I do something here, let us take an example. I am changing the color of the title page to be something like bluish one. So if I do this, the moment I am doing it, you will find all the title, the color has changed. Got it? So there are two things. You can do, either you can do changes to the layouts individually, or you want to change the master. So you do it once, it gets reflected into all the master. Let's say I am changing the first level to be green. So now you see all the first level options that you have in the entire PPT, it is green. And once you close this or you go back, you'll find the same changes have taken place. Now let us say I am adding a new slide to it. This slide is the title and the body slide. You see, you have this logo over there. Okay, and you can also directly add more different layout by just clicking on this new slide. Directly from here also you can add. You have this plus option, so here also you can add new slide, new layout that you want. So you click on it, you will have a new layout coming up. Okay, so let us take one more example. Like if I want, although I had changed the slide master, but I still want a blank slide. Now I do not have a blank slide in this entire option, although it is showing me a blank slide, but I do not have a blank slide. I have the Nestle Technologies option, or the logo is already there. So what do? So generally what people do like is they add a shape, over it. मान लो ये मेरे को हटाना है, I'm adding a shape over it. I'm changing the cell color to be white and the cell border to be white again. So that is how I have removed it. But the challenge with this is still an active element of the entire presentation. So what do I need to do? I will again go to slide master, or the theme builder in this case. I will go down. This was the blank, it is written, or it is a blank slide. I will click on it and create duplicate. Then in this part I will now do the same thing. I will create a shape, highlight it with the changes. So once I have done that, I can come here, and now if I add a new, layout, you will find that there is one more layout which is called as blank, and you don't have any clickable element over here, right? So that is one way of doing it. Next, let's say I want to save this, whatever theme that I had made, I want to save this theme. So what I will do, I'll go to edit, because I want to use this theme again and again. So I will go to edit, I'll go to theme builder, and here you have an option of changing the name of the, click on theme, you can change the theme name like, okay, I'm not changing the theme because I will not add it. I will do one more thing. Let us, this is already saved, this file is already saved. Change the theme, हमारा your default theme. Okay, done. So now let me create one more slide start. Okay, I forgot to tell you this shortcut. You can also create new slides by just typing slides dot new in the URL. So this is one more method where you can create a new slide. So you create a slide here. Now you can choose on import theme, click on import theme. Let me check where, this was made in a different account, so let me choose the account. Okay, let it be. Let us create it here itself. So here is an option of import theme. Once you click on it, you will have the option of the recent file. Click on that, select, it will show you this theme, import theme. Now you have the theme getting imported. Got it? How you can import a theme, save and import a theme. Alright. Let us look at some more thing. Probably we did it yesterday with docs. The same thing we can do it here. If you go to insert, you have text box, videos and all. One thing will go. Image, like it was same like we did it from You can upload an image directly, or you can either you can drag it here, or the other method is click on this, it gets selected, click on insert. So that's the other method of doing it. So you can insert image, you can insert video. The best part about video, let's see. So let's say this is the video. This is the video, and I want what happens commonly in presentation that we make, we actually download the video, and then let's say we want to play just 30 seconds, so we'll have to cut that video till 30 seconds or pause that video after 30 seconds. But in Google Slides you have this option of just you can choose the start time and you can choose the end time. So that is how it will work. You can change the size and rotation of the image or the picture video. You can drop shadow, whatever you want you can do that. These all features are there, and once you click on play, so once you click on play, so you will see that only up to 30 seconds it will play and not after 30 seconds. Okay, so that's option is here. Apart from that, if you want to insert shape that we just saw, we can insert shapes. Some interesting part about shape, we will do that. You can duplicate the slide by Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. So that also can be done. Okay. Let me try to add different layout. Let me have this layout here. Something like that this I am making now. Let me go to slide master again, or the theme builder again. Now I want to add navigational buttons. Navigational buttons means मैं बताता हूँ क्या होगा वो. If while dragging you press and hold the shift key, let's say you are making some shape, let's say you are making a circle. So if you before dragging, if you press the shift key, you see it will form exact circle. If you leave the shift key, it can change the shape. So what I am doing is I am clicking on something like this. I will click the shift key and drag, so it will give me the exact geometrical figure. I am placing it here. Let me change the color. Let me change the color to red, and then let me insert few more things. Insert an arrow. Change the color to green. These are two things. Now what I want is anywhere on the page, so it is I go to this on the master, not here. अगर मैं इस इसमें कर दूंगा तो it will be at all the places. Now what I want is I want to link this. क्या करना चाह रहा हूँ? I want to link this to home page. So whenever you click on this, you will go to the home page. Whenever you click on this, you go to the next before page. Whenever you click on this, you go to the next page. That is what I want to do. So what I will do, I will click on this, come on, click on link. So this should come the home slide. Slide 1. So I want this to be slide 1. Now what will happen if I click on this? I will again click on link. I want this to be the previous slide. No, so I did a mistake. I want this to take me to the previous slide, last slide. And once I click on this, I want this to take me to the next slide. So this is what I want. So all the settings done. Now I will come back again to a normal view. Here you will have a slideshow option. I'm clicking on this. Now once I click on this, you see I'm going to the next slide. I'm pressing this. Is it not working? If I press this, I'm going to home. Let me check why it is not taking me to the previous slide. One second. Okay, so if I change the syntax, that works. So when I click on this, I'm going back. When I click on this, I'm going forward. When I click on this, I'm going to the home button. So that is how simple it is. Now with this, we'll get into few more things. Let me just create a duplicate of this. Delete it. Let me add some image. So if you click on image and then format option, you have these options. You can flip it, do all the nonsense things that you want, or the interesting thing that you want. You want your audience to be hooked up. So what I'm trying to show is, like, if I had to animate this, so I will go to slide format option, transition. Under slide I will go to transition. No. अगर मैं, if I had not selected this image, what would happen? I am adding the animation or whatever transition to the slide. This object animation part is not highlighted. So if I click on this, then only this object animation part is getting added. So what I will do, I will click add animation. Now what I want is the ship to come from the left. So I'll click on this, fly in from left. When I want it to happen is like on a mouse click. So let me play this, click of mouse, so it is coming from the left. Okay, so that's it. I can slow it down. So it is okay. So that's one thing. And let's say I want to stack animation, like I want it to move from this part to the outside part completely. It should come from this side and exit from this side. So I can just add animation to it again. No, I want it to fly out right, and I don't want it to fly out right after I click it. I just want it to be continuous with the previous one. So once this is over, it should go, once the flying out from the right should happen. So let me play. One mouse click. See, so that is how you can set animation. I will slow it down a bit more. Okay, and then you can change the order. If there are a lot of animations that I have put across, you can also change the order by simply dragging it up and down. You can drag the animations up and down. So that is what you can also do. Now let us take an example. I want these slides to be played automatically. I don't want to click every time to play the slide. So what I will do, I will click this. I will go to the presenter view. Presenter view will be using in some time. Slide, so you should have few options here. So here you have few options. See, once you get into slideshow mode, you have few options here. One is autoplay, one is caption preferences, that is used for like voice over text will come up. Other things are there. Stop presenting, exit full screen, turn on laser pointer. So turn on laser pointer will, what it will do, it will help you to point out some important thing in the slide, like we do it in the real world. Okay, so that is one thing. Apart from that, you will have an autoplay option. So what I want is it should get autoplayed in every second, let's say, and if I click on play, every second see the slide is changing. Got it? So that is one thing. Alright, if I am missing anything, one more important tool is going to the presenter view, and here you can have access to speaker notes if you have added any speaker note in the presentation. And one more tool is Q&A tool. Let's see, comes up. So this is a Q&A tool. What will happen, I will share it with you. This is the link, so you can copy this link and share it with all the people, those of whom you are presenting. Let's say I am presenting it to you. I will be sharing it in your chat. So you can go ahead and click on this link and see what is coming. So here you can see slide Q&A untitled presentation. So I will give a title to this presentation. So here you can add question. You can ask how to change the animation, how to change some, or you can ask like this, or you can ask anonymously also. Let's say I submitted this question, so other participants, those who will also use the the link, they can give an upvote or downvote or whatever it is. And then if I had to ask anonymously means no one will know who has asked. So let's see, this is it, and you submit. Now here I can find all of these questions in this audience tools. Here I have all these questions, so I can choose to answer it right away, or I can choose to answer it towards the end, whatever it is. Okay, so that's the benefit. Ask a question at slide this. Got it? Suppose I want to look at what questions have been asked. I can go to tools, I can go to Q&A history. So here I will have all the question answer history. If I click on it, I will have these questions that has been asked during the presentation. So that is it. We have more or less covered some of the features, popular features of Google Slides. So hopefully you would have been clear about it. And is there any questions related to it? Anyone is having any questions? Why is attendance today this much low? 11 or 12 of you have joined. 10 of you have joined, including me, 11. Some function going on in college? Any questions still here? Okay, Devansh. Thank you, Aditya. So we'll move to the next part, and this is basically we will be looking at some project management tool, like when you will be getting into companies where you have lot many projects, you have to handle those projects. You have to look into the various aspect of project. Like let's say a new client is a prospect client, so he is in the stage of being a prospect, and then your people call them up and they are pitching the product. So it goes into the stage of pitching. From pitching, then you are sending across the proposal. That's a different stage. So the customer is moved from a prospect to the pitching stage to they have moved into the they moved into the proposal stage. Then after proposal, they are getting into negotiation. So इस तरीके से multiple stages है, multiple stages will have multiple activities. So how is that you are going to monitor it? So in that case, a project management tool helps you to get that done. So we'll be using one project management tool which is famously known as, and that we use as well, is Rock. not this rock, sorry. Rock.so. So this is the tool that we are using, bringing order to chaos with rock. So I will show you the interface and all these things. So what happens basically in this is, if you can give me a minute. I have this installed on my system. So what happens with this, you will be given spaces, or you can create spaces. Let's say there's a new client that has come in. I want a group space to be created. Space. So I go ahead and create this space. I can invite people as guests or members. So I will have this link. I will share this link on WhatsApp or email to them, or you can just type their email and send invite. Okay. Once you do this, you will have that member getting added to this channel. What is it called as? It is called as a channel or a space. इसमें क्या होगा कि everything, all the task related to a particular client is done inside this. So you can see each channel will have multiple tasks, multiple discussion topics. If there is a note that you want to add, that is there. If you want to add files, so that is there. These are called as mini apps. Inside the channel you will have multiple apps. Let's say I am creating a task, and I am creating a task like I want to create a sales funnel. I am creating a sales funnel. So I will edit the list. Start with suspect, save. Then if the client goes to the next stage, we'll call it prospect. This is suspect, this is prospect. I'll add a new one. This is spam. Approach. I can change the order and show you what it does. Negotiate. Resolution. Cut. I'm forgetting the last one. Okay, so I had added this flow. What is this flow? Like at first you will have a lead, that is a suspect. Means all the people, those who have teeth, are my suspect. I am selling Colgate as a product, so people those who have teeth will use it. No, so all the people with teeth become my suspect. Now all the people with teeth but alive, they become my prospect, because dead people with teeth, I don't have to means they don't have to brush. So looking at that, suspect is a bigger group, and then prospect are people those who can be or more likely are our audience. So getting into prospect, and then approach. If we have called them up or mailed them up or spoken to them, that becomes the approach stage. And then after the approach, we send across the proposal, we negotiate, so that comes into the negotiation stage. And then there are two options: either it gets converted or it is lost. Either it is converted or it is, I will have to edit this, or it is lost. So either you convert it or you lose it. I don't know if multiple finalizing will work or not. Let's see. Now I am adding a task. I am adding the client name as MRIO. It is into the list suspect. Priority is medium. I want to assign it to someone, so I can assign it to someone who is in the channel. Now I do not have anyone invited in the channel. If anyone would have been invited into the channel, I could have added them into it. So here that option would have come. Now I'm just assigning it to myself. If I want to add a label to it, I can add a label. Let's say prospects. I'm adding this label to it so it becomes easier for me to search. And is there a due date? Yes, I had to call them up by 20th of this month by 5 p.m. maximum. Add a reminder. I'm saving it up. No. Is there any description? No, there is no description. Is there any checklist? Yes, there is a checklist. You have to call them and then you have to mail them. So these two things you have to do at this stage. Is there any attachment that you want to attach, any document type of thing? Nothing. Then just add task. So let's say this guy, this lead is getting created. Now from suspect we had already done the work and it has got into the prospect stage, or we have identified that these people might have requirement, so that comes into the prospect stage. So like this I can take the task towards the end, like from approach. So if it is approached, I can get into it. I can write a comment. Okay, so mail, I can just put check mark and I can say okay, I had done it, I have sent it. Next is to, if I can type @ so it would have shown all the people in the channel, but it is not there. So let's say I have someone which is called as Ramesh, so I can just type Ramesh and Ramesh should be notified that okay, next is your job, you have to take it, right? Or I can add an assign, so I can just click completed because that was my job up till here. I need to complete. Now I can assign a new member and then I can type his name. Okay, so you are next. I will do save task, click on it now. So after this it goes to him and it will show up in his dashboard as a task. Let's say I am just editing it again and I am not completing the task. ठीक है, मैं कुछ टास्क कंप्लीट नहीं किया, तो what will happen? Here I will get a notification on this left hand side. Here I will get a notification that okay, because I had created, I am not getting notification. Otherwise I would have got a notification here that task has been assigned to you, so you can go ahead and do it. ठीक है, तो वहाँ से again I can get into my task. I can drag it till here and then I can drag it to complete. So that is updated. So the work is complete now. Now it goes to the operations team. The operation team will take up the project. They will do the needful. So that is how it is done. This simple example of project management tool I was trying to show it to you, right? There are many other project management tool, like there is this tool that most of the companies are using. Almost all of them have same functionality. So you have different channels, like here also you have different teams, different channels, and inside those teams you will have different people. You can invite people to them. You will have tasks. These all things are there. There are other, Trello is there. One more project management tool, that is Trello, that is also there. So there are a number of tools based on the size of the company and the budget. They choose one of these project management tools. Hopefully this brief I had given to you, you can go and do the needed research, but these things you should know how to use these project management tools. मान लो कल को जाके you are getting into a startup, there is a lot of chaos in it, so you just got into it and you are bringing this order into the startup. That will be something like they will be needing it. Got it? I am sorry, my screen was not visible. Okay, I am sorry guys. सिर्फ एक ही आदमी लिखा है योर स्क्रीन इज नॉट विजिबल. अच्छा, anyways, I will share this is getting recorded. I will share this entire video, maybe you can go ahead and watch it. So I was trying to show you this tool called as Rock. This was the tool that I was trying to show it to you. Now it is visible. At that time it was not visible, I guess. Aditya? Anyways, I am doing a recording. I will share it with you so that you can go ahead and look at it. This is something that is really going to help you out. Anyways, so I hope now it is visible. So I was just showing that you can create space. This is the Rock platform, the project management platform. So you can go ahead and create different spaces, or in some places it is called as channel, in some places it is called as team, so that you can go ahead and create. You can give a name to it. So MB or PBA digital marketing, I'm giving it a name, not describing anything. I'm just going ahead and creating the space. I can copy this link to invite people into this particular channel, or I can just skip it. So here I have this channel being created. Now we can add task to it, and we can change the order of the task. Like I was saying, some companies will become suspect, or let's say prospect, simplifying things. Approached and negotiated. Save it. Then I'm adding a new one. I'm saying that a lead won. I'm just dragging it down. So there are two chances from there. No, either you will win a lead or you will lose a lead. And then there are these tick marks. This marks the end of the process. So I am clicking on this, both of them. So if there is a lead, like here, if there is a lead, BBA admissions, this is a prospect stage. I am assigning someone. So as of now I am the only member, so I am assigning it to myself. Now if I want to type a description, I can do that. If I can add a list of work, call up, mail, follow up. Suppose these are 3 tasks I am adding. I can just go ahead and add task. So this will get notified on my system. Okay, Gaurav, so you have been given this task to be done. And once I complete it, it goes to the next stage where we are sending them the mail and negotiation that is happening. So if this is done, I take it to the lead won stage. If the lead is lost, from here I can take straight to the lead lost stage. So that is how everyone in the team will be informed about what is happening. So that's it. Okay, so here now they can see the lead is lost. If I had to type any message in here, I can type the message. If I want to go for a video call, I can just click on this. I can integrate the Zoom. All these things can be done. I'm just trying to show you a brief about a project management tool. That's it. Then this is also a project management tool called as Asana. Okay, so apart from this, I want to showcase few more tools to you. Next tool is GitMind. GitMind is a mind mapping tool that I use. And mind maps are the modern way of teaching or modern way of training, whatever you can say, or thinking of a new concept, or bringing a team and taking giving a direction to think about a particular project. So that is how a mind map is used. So you can create mind map using GitMind. Just go and sign up there. I will show you how you can create a mind map. So this is the by default theme. You can go ahead and change the theme. So here you have option of changing the theme. I am selecting this theme. Now this is the main branch or the main topic from which we will be starting to think out. So let us take an example of startup idea generation. So this is something that I want to work on. Now before we work on a startup idea, we should have a problem statement. So what I did, there are two things. I can either right click on this, I can type insert a node. What I am doing, I am just right clicking on this. I am going to click this insert node. Now there is one more option. You can just click on this and type enter. So you will have node. Now if I want to create one more node, I will again click on this. I'll create one more node. If I want to create a sub node, means topic branch ke andar, if I want to create a sub node, we'll go one by one, otherwise you'll get confused. So this is the title one. I want to create a first node called as the problem statement. Okay, now I'm clicking it again. So next I want to understand how big is the problem. Next I click on this, I press enter. I want to understand what solution do we have. Now again I am clicking on this, pressing an enter. Business model. Next, funding requirement. Next I am again clicking it, team members. अब मान लो इसके अंदर वापस बनाना है, तो क्या हो रहा है, if I am clicking on this and pressing enter, so I am just creating one more node. I am not creating a sub node. Let's say problem statement में I want to highlight about the industry. So what I did, I clicked on problem statement and pressed tab. So if I click and press tab, I will get into sub nodes. So अगर यहाँ से मुझे वापस node out करना है, so again I can click on tab. Like this case industry, we are getting 3 industries. So let's say I click on this again, one more industry, one more industry. So this becomes a sub node. Healthcare, education, real estate. So these are the 3 industries we are catering. What is the problem statement of each industry? Again I am clicking on it and the problem statement. So ABC, they have this problem, they have XYZ problem, they have EQR problem. So this is how you can have your entire mind map getting generated. So you can change theme, as I told again. You can change your theme howsoever it is you want to do that. And next is you want to present it, so you can also present it. Just clicking on this, you have minus options here. So minus options will take back all these numbers, all these branches. Now the problem is it will not take up these things. You cannot just start with startup idea. So what you have to do, Muskan, is my voice clear now? Hello. Guys, is my voice clear now? Can I have a yes? Aditya, is my voice clear? Okay, thank you. So what we can do, let's say I don't want them to see this, I want to see them one by one, what is the things that I want to discuss. So what I can do, the best way to do it is, that I prefer doing is, I give these nodes just numbers. तो इससे क्या होगा, let's say I am deleting this. So I have just given them numbers. Now next, if I click tab, here is the idea. So what is the problem statement? So here is the idea. So when I open it, so the viewer can view it, and then I can go ahead and explain it. Got it? So if here also there are multiple points after this, so I can just go ahead and do one, click on enter, tab, 2, enter, back, tab, 3, enter, back, tab, 4, enter, back. Okay, so this is the way you can go ahead and create on nodes and subnodes, right? You can also create or insert an image if you want to at any node. Suppose I want to insert an image here, I can go ahead and right click on it, and you click on the node and then insert image, so the image will be inserted on this node. If you want to insert here, you can click on this and insert image, so it will get added here, right? Now let us look at how we can export it. So you can export it as JPEG, PNG, PDF, howsoever you want. You can export in any format, or you can just keep the GitMind format. Now these free accounts of GitMind, I'll just check what is the limitation. So these free accounts can have 10 mind maps. You can choose to just download the mind map and keep on creating new mind maps if that is needed. Okay, just export it, save it, and then create new mind map, delete it and then create new mind map. So that is one way of doing it. Anyway, so this is it. Outline will give you the outline in a bulleted format, like under startup ideas there are 2-3 headings, 1 2 3, under one there is one more heading. So this will give you the outline. You can export it in a form of Word as well. So that's it. Okay, apart from this, there is one more thing that I want to teach you, because I feel that will be also helping you out. See, in any whenever we do a business with someone or any client, we want to give them a proposal or quotation, whatever it is, and then they will pay it to us. So what are the steps involved in taking the process involved in closing and taking the payment from client? That process I will explain in small brief, because as a business manager you need to know that, and what tool you can use to do that is also we will be discussing about it. Okay, so at first what will happen, you will be talking to a client and he will be asking you for a proposal. What he will ask you for a proposal. Now the proposal will be in a written format, all the details of what you are going to do, how it is going to work for them, all these things will be there in the proposal with some of the case studies. So proposal might have some case studies of previous success, how we are going to do it, these all things, details. So case study will have what is case study exactly is a previous successful client story. This can go into it. the proposal should highlight the problem this client is having. For this I can better change the solution that you want to present. देखो अभी प्रॉब्लम ऊपर चला गया, सॉल्यूशन नीचे आ गया. अगर ये चेंज मुझे करना है ऐसे भी हो सकता है, और you can just drag and do that. ठीक है. So problem and then solution, these are few things the proposal will have. Now with the proposal they might ask you for an estimate. What they might ask? They might ask you for an estimate. क्या है? Approximately what is the expenses that you are thinking about. So they might ask for a performa invoice. What they will ask? They will ask for an estimate or a performa invoice. Or you can also say they might ask for a quotation. क्या क्या पूछ सकते हैं? आइदर एक एस्टिमेट मांग सकते हैं, परफॉर्मा इनवॉइस मांग सकते हैं, या कोटेशन मांग सकते हैं. ऑलमोस्ट मोस्ट ऑफ दीज थिंग्स फाइनेंशियली अगर नहीं जाएंगे, अकाउंटिंग के पार्ट के बारे में अगर नहीं बात करेंगे, तो ऑलमोस्ट दीज आर सेम थिंग. मोटा मोटी एक रफ उनको एस्टिमेट भेजना है कि ओके दीज ऑल थिंग्स, दिस इज द एक्सपेंडिचर दैट यू विल बी हैविंग, दीज ऑल थिंग्स. Now once we had given them the performa invoice, they will give an acceptance to that performa invoice, or they will give an acceptance to that quotation. Now once they have given the acceptance, then comes you will have to send across a invoice to them. Now against this invoice they will do a payment. Process समझ में आ रहा है? At first there will be a performa invoice or quotation that you are sending it to them. So if they agree to that, they will have their formal acceptance to that. Once they give you the acceptance, then you go and create an invoice. The invoice will have all the details with taxation and everything, and onto that invoice they will give a payment. Once they have given the payment, then you have to send it across to them a money receipt. क्या भेजना है? मनी रिसिप्ट. दिस इज अ सिंपल फ्लो. समझ में आया कि पहले तो एक एस्टिमेट या परफॉर्मा इनवॉइस या कोटेशन भेजना है. अगर वो एक्सेप्ट होता है तो देन यू गो फॉरवर्ड एंड सेंड द इनवॉइस. अगेंस्ट द इनवॉइस दे विल रिलीज सम पेमेंट. विद दैट पेमेंट you will have to send across the money receipt. Maybe they might release a, let's say they might release a, there are chances that they might release a part payment, or they may release a full payment based on the terms and conditions. So if they are releasing a part payment, you will have to mention that in the money receipt. If they are releasing the full payment, you have to mention that in the money receipt. Now what tool you can use to do that is one simple tool. It's called as Refrens, Refrens. These are all startup tools that I am talking to you. This nothing is like you have to pay a big sum of money to start your own venture. So these are something that are really okay. So I logged into a wrong account. So in this you have to create your account like one second, give me a moment. Auntie ready won't. So you can create a account in this reference. So on the left hand side you will find these all options. So you have these options, which is dashboard, where it has all your company information. You have profile and lead, you have accounting, and some settings. We'll go one by one. Once you click on this dashboard, you have all this basic information about your profile. Okay, go to profile and lead. You will have your profile details, like if you have created a profile, all these profile details and leads will be there. Your leads will come in this part. Manually you have to add leads on this part, so your leads will come in this part. They have their own system, like inside the lead you can also give them a tagging, like whether it is new, it is open, the deal is done, or it is lost or not serviceable, whatever it is. So that flow is there. I'm not getting into that. Mostly I'm talking about the invoicing part, because most of the processes is done in our internal project management tool. Only the invoicing and this part you can use this. So here you can see all these options. Under accounting you have invoices, you have performa invoices, you have quotations and estimates, you have delivery challenge, ये अभी जानने का ज़रूरत नहीं है. You have purchase orders, POs are there. So these all things are there. We'll start with a quotation or estimate. Let's say I clicked on a quotation and estimate. Now I will click on this. I'll create a new quotation. I will have a quotation number. Quotation date is there. This details it is taking from the profile. Here you can add the client detail. You can have a client detail as, let's say, from the stored client detail. Let's say taking this client detail. Now from the after client detail you can also add shipping detail. Like many a times what happens, the client is in Mumbai but the product has to be shipped out to Delhi, so you have a different shipping details here. Okay. And if you are also shipping it to Mumbai, you want the invoice to have the details of the tracking details of your shipment, so that time also you can use this option. Okay. Now let's say this is here. I want to type a RC controller. Here's the rate, simple. Let's say $70 was the quantity. Tax rate 18% GST was the quantity 1. The rate is 100 rupees. Let's say 100 rupees. So 100% in tax. If you want to add a description to it, you can add. Want a thumbnail to it or photo to it, you can add. I don't want any of those things. I will add one more item. So RC receiver. I don't know what these are. Just I'm typing a random name. So $700. That's how it is. So you will get a total amount here, tax rate here, extra charges if any. Okay, I want an extra charge to add 200 rupees for shipment. Okay, 200 rupees for shipment. Is there discount? No discount. Is there any other additional charges? No. So this entire thing has come up, and then terms and condition, you have to keep adding terms and condition in the masters. So there is a place where you can add these things, and by default it will come. So now once I have done all these things, I can just press 7, continue. The best part about this I will be showing it. Now this entire thing can be downloaded as a PDF. See how professional it looks. This entire thing is downloaded as a PDF. Download as a PDF, and now you can send across this PDF to your customer, so that becomes your quotation. Now if I have to take the quotation to the next stage, now I want the company has accepted the quotation. I want this quotation to be converted into an invoice, because after quotation and acceptance you will have to create invoice. So I click on convert to invoice. Are you sure you want to create an invoice for this quotation? I said yes. So it is creating an invoice. Now this is legal binding. Means invoice is something in which legalities come into play. Like for example, if you are generating an invoice and you are charging GST, that means you have to pay GST even if you had not received the payment. वो जब तुम accounting में घुसोगे तो practically you will understand. Let's say you have created an invoice in the month of May, and your client is not paid in the month of May. Whatever it is, you have to pay government the GST amount in the month of June. Government doesn't want that fuzz, right? If you have received, you have not received, it is not a matter to them. So only after acceptance of quotation you should generate invoice. So let's say I am generating invoice here. The same way you can save and continue. It will give you a invoice PDF. Download the PDF and send it across for the payment. Now this invoice can be now used to click on the you can click on this. Okay, come to the dashboard, come to invoices. So you have this invoice here. You can mark it as paid or you can mark it as part paid. So this was a total invoice and you had received some amount called 10 rupees, let's say. You click on this, you click on save, so you will look at how the things change. See, now in this invoice, see here you can see amount paid rupees 10, and here at the down bottom of the page also you can see on May 18th a cash payment of rupees 10 was done by the client. Okay, that is how simple it is. You can use it. Okay guys, okay, so with this we are closing the session for today.